Hello everyone, this is Enzo Eigen, Alliance for Loki, and today is War 5, and so my usual team, two are staying the same from last war, and that's Nega Sonic and Null, and I'm adding a new member in, and that's Longshot, and so just recently ranked 3 by Longshot, so let's see how he does in this war. So let's zoom ahead. So my usual fight against Venom. This is path 3. This one went really well. So now I've done this fight like 50 times, actually 5 times. I feel like I have it mastered. And so of course, just do a bunch of combos. My goal is to get to my SP1, which I do right here. And there it is, SP1. Okay, now bait out his SP1, which he will throw right now. Okay, there it is. Now he's going to be unblockable, so I have to dance around that. I dance, and he throws his SP1. And so now I'm just going to go as many lights as I can. So I've reduced his power. He's still unblockable, so I dance around a little bit, get back to it. And yeah, I'm trying to really play quickly here. You can see he's still got the corruption on. Can I get the corruption on? Yep, keep it on. Thank you, lights, for pausing it. And there is my SP2. And that is the end of this fight. And so by far, my best fight on this node. Okay, the node I love to hate is this node. And got a Quark on it. So I was worried about the Quark. Tactic of offense. I'm going in with Nega Sonic. And so Nega Sonic is great. I go ahead and put on some mutant boost. And so we'll just skip ahead. And then I also start with the Power Start 1. So I like the Power Start 1 just because, again, it gets me at least 1. And so I'm going to go medium lights. Oh, I'm sorry. First off with heavy. Now it's going to be medium lights. The thing about medium lights is I feel like I can actually get these off because of her, because she keeps him stunned for so long with the passive stun that it doesn't auto block. Here I try to punish it to see if I can get the unblockable, but he gets the unblockable, so because he auto blocks it, so that's a little annoying. There it is, through my SP1, use my patented double finger technique to get my 16 flames, and there they are, flames away. So now I'm just trying to get back to an SP1. The power boost was critical here. Look at all this power I have. Thanks, Power Burst. You really helped a lot, and so I quickly throw it. Probably could have been a little more, no, sorry, it's my heavy. Now I'm ready to throw it, except he goes unblockable and unstoppable, and I throw it into him, which was crazy. And I parry him. I don't know what's going on here, to be honest. Yeah, that was a whole like 10 seconds of just utter chaos. I don't know what happened. Felt like I should have gotten hit like 25 times, but I didn't. And so I win the fight. So hooray, no 12. Finally, after dying the last 2 wars on it, I live. I think Nega Sonic might be a really good counter for this just because of her extra long stun that can't really be reduced. And so that's pretty critical because that way you can just always guarantee that medium and light, which is really helpful. Okay, now I have path 1, which again, interesting path. I have Null against Blade. Don't know why I didn't get to use Nega Sonic, but so I heal him up. We'll just skip through the healing up. Okay, and here's the fight. So, I mean, again, he's a tactic attacker, so he goes unblockable for a while. That's always going to be interesting. Usual. I got my Power Start 1 on, so immediately get my SP1 fired, which is going to be great. Always like to get to Corruptions. Corruption, has like pretty reasonable power gain because, again, I think it's 60% less power in the SP1. So I'm waited it out. He's unblockable. I probably could attack him there. I don't know what happened there. I feel like I was waiting for the unblockable to end, and maybe it just didn't end yet. But anyway, I managed to get to my SP2, and so here comes crazy big damage. And there it is, huge damage. He throws his SP1. Okay, he's unblockable again. I was like, fine, I don't have to worry about that. And so now 23%, I'm like, okay, this is going to be great. I'm just going to finish it off easily. Missed the parry. I was missing a lot of parries in these last couple of fights. Don't know if that was the right time to throw my relic. I think I was trying to end this fight and then throw my SP1. I was like, okay, fight over. But he's at 1%, of course. And then he intercepts me with his SP2 and really does huge amounts of damage. And then he's unblockable and unstoppable for a long time because of his SP2. And so, yikes, talk about a fight changing from near perfect to near disaster. That is what that was right there. Okay, off to Peni, and so same thing. This is Mr. Damn Epic, who I've seen his videos, love his videos. And let's just fast forward to the fight. I gotta do a lot of healing. I can't remember if I put on what boost I put on, either a combat regen or a or what you call it. The thing I always get confused about her is I always think she has auto blocks, and turns out like I thought he'd be immune to her auto blocks, but turns out she isn't. And she doesn't go unstoppable either, and so there you can see me hitting away. And so, yeah, I can't quite figure out what's going on in this fight, to be honest. But everything is going well for me. Whoever assigned me this fight is obviously 100 times more smart than I am. And so, here you go, hitting away, ability fails, everyone's failing abilities. Okay, and about this point, I'm like, okay, I better just get rid of her armor because she threw this thing. And I think I get power. Yep, there it is. I get blocked, and there goes all my indestructibles. There's the boost I use, indestructible. Then I get hit again, and I'm like, okay, well, this is going terrible. So now my job is to just hinder the block. But luckily, Null cancels out so quick the what do you call it, her armors. Like literally in 5-hit combo, they're gone. So now I'm building up power. I don't want to throw the SP2 because I don't have corruption. So I figure, okay, let's just do as much damage as we can while her auto block is off. And then I figured, we'll see what we do next. And so bait out the SP2, auto block's still gone. While the auto block's still off, I decided to throw the SP3 just to see where that would take me. And this fight again has gone to where I was like 74 versus her like 90. Now I'm like way in control. A nice big special. And now I got corruption, everything on. I know I got the auto block. And so, or I got the unblockable, so I go in, don't have to worry about the auto block. And that's that. Okay, my last fight I was so worried about, and so this is 39, node 39. Let's go scoot over to it real quick, which is Arcus. Rich get richer, steady perseverance, footloose. So there's all these really nasty nodes on it. And Arcus, can be a really difficult defender. So I'm going in with long shot. And so I just wanted to like read up on long shot's abilities. I put on some power boosts. Trying to get, and this is the funniest thing. I put in some Sig Stones. I figured, okay, well, I can nullify some of his buffs if they come up. So I take him up to Sig 80. I wonder how many times in war you've seen actually someone put Sig Stones in their champion. I've done it twice now in the last 2 seasons. Once on him and once on King Groot. Okay, so I was super worried about this fight. I'd done a bunch of duels, and good thing I do duels just because I remember about the tenacity. All the usual things about fighting him. And yeah, I think the big things for me, and of course change it from my boost to Mystic Boost. Sorry, let's get past all this. And yeah, I think the biggest thing about fighting him, put on an SP1 just so I can get to my SP2 as quickly as possible, is making sure I'm in like my always lucky form or my golden heart form before I do anything. And so notice there, okay, it actually did not trigger the tenacity, so always worried about there's a tenacity, of course, which I totally missed that time, so I punched it. Here I'm just dexing back just to make sure I'm in my golden heart, which I am, and then throw my SP2. It does pretty good damage, and the best part about it is now if you can throw a special, which he probably never does. Nope. But I'm at SP2 again, so I throw it because I was hoping if he threw a special, then I get what do you call it? Yes, like he throws, he gets a bunch of debuffs. Of course, he's tactic defender, so now I have to deal with his unblockable, which I don't. I deal with it by getting hit. But sorry, it builds me up to an SP2 and kablam. And so that fight was amazing. I was so worried about it, but it ended up being super quick and super easy. And 41 seconds. I mean, there was almost no way I was going to die on that just because, yeah, I mean, long shot is such a perfect counter for that fight. And so super good. And yeah, I would say this time I did a better job of boosting, thinking about my fights. And yeah, I got 5 solos and have a little bit of redemption on Node 12, but we'll see how the rest of the season goes. I really am excited for Node 12. I want to keep on figuring out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this war video, and I'll see you again soon in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.